Okay, sit yourself onto a lift into a good cross-leg position. Have a little wriggle about. Make sure that you're feeling level at the seat bones. Let me just connect my microphone. Just sit levelly at the seat bones. So sitting evenly at the seat bones. Hold onto your knees and elevate the heart area up to the ceiling. Drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Look down at the floor, look at something that doesn't move. Focus on filling the lungs from the bottom to the top, emptying them from the top to the bottom, allowing the chest to expand to accommodate the breath, the inhalation. Just if you feel that you're sitting unevenly. So allow the body to accommodate the breath. Take in deeper inhalations and deeper exhalations. Bring your hands into Namaste, press the palms firmly together, lengthen from your armpits into your elbows. And then allow your eyes to gently close. Focus on maintaining the inflation to the max with the inhalation and the exhalation. Without strain, without over controlling the breath, but aim to fill the lungs completely, aim to empty them completely. With an exhalation, draw your chin down to meet your chest, lift your chest up to meet your chin. Draw your shoulders away from the ears. Just spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere. something or someone or somewhere that brings you positive energy. And then bring the hands down toward your knees. Hold on to that feeling of abundance in the heart area. And then raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Excuse me. Hold on to your knees, lift up into your chest, elevate the heart area up to the ceiling, elevating the chest to the ceiling, and then draw your chin down to make contact with your chest. At the same time, drawing your shoulders away from your ears, just stretching out the back of the neck. Take a deep inhalation, and with the exhalation, raise the chin up to reach the ceiling. Not everyone enjoys this feeling, so don't overdo it. If it interrupts your breath or makes you feel a bit nauseous, but otherwise push the chin as high to the ceiling as you can. Take a deep inhalation. With an exhalation, draw your chin back down to make contact with the chest. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And then with an exhalation, raise your chin up to the ceiling. And with an exhalation, bring your head back, just looking forwards. Take a deep inhalation and then draw the right ear across towards the right shoulder, but keeping the shoulders down. So you won't make contact between the chin, the ear and the shoulder, but you will feel a deep stretch on the left side of the neck. Just observe how you're sitting. Have you rolled onto the right seat bone? Correct it if you have. Take a deep inhalation. With the exhalation, come back to the center and over to the left. Just observing the balance of the seat bones, stretch of the side of the neck. And with an exhalation, come back to the center and over to the right again, keeping the neck long as you do so. And with an exhalation, come back to the center and over to the left. Aiming to keep the seat bones level, undisturbed. And then come back to the center. Hold on to your knees, elevate the heart area upwards. Take a deep inhalation and then turn to the right side. Using the out breath to intensify the turn. Just keeping the neck looking forwards. So chin in line with the chest, rather than trying to strain to look over your shoulder. Drawing the abdomen across, the ribs, the shoulders, but keeping the neck soft. Come back to the centre. And then turn to the left. Pajva swastikasana. Drawing the abdomen across and the ribs and the shoulders. Just listening to the breath. And then gently come back to the centre. Just come off the lift and then sit back on your heels. Just feel that the seat bones make contact with the heels. Put a block or a folded blanket between the seat bones and the heels if they don't make contact at this stage. Just wriggle into the inner heels, so that the outer buttock comes into the inner heel, so you make really good connection. Press the shins into the floor. Press the shin bone into the shin skin, so that the thighs activate. Shin bone into the shin skin. When the thighs are activated, then elevate the heart area upwards. And then come forwards. Stretching forwards, stretching forwards. Spread in the palms, and then bring the forehead down, but keep the seat bones in connection with the heels. Have your hands at least shoulder width apart, so that there's space in the neck. Aim to breathe evenly and deeply, but observe how the abdomen plays a natural role in the breath. So it can feel difficult to take a full deep inhalation because of the abdomen on the thighs. Just listen to the breath. Bring your arms just to the sides of the body, just the sides of the legs. Just doing the traditional child's pose. You probably feel greater pressure on the forehead. If that feels uncomfortable, then consciously extend from the shoulders into the fingertips. And then stretch your arms away again into Adho Mukha Virasana. Consciously drawing the tailbone down towards the heels, consciously keeping the seat bones in contact with the heels if you can. Come up onto your knees, have your little fingers on the edge of the mat, stretching the thumbs towards each other. Bring your feet as wide apart as the mat and come up into dog down. Adho Mukha Svanasana. As you stay and maintain the pose, observe your balance of action, your internal balance of action. So there's evenness of action between the legs and the arms and the chest and the spine and the legs. So spend a little time in the pose, aiming for internal balance of action. And then walk the legs forward, come up into a standing position. Get a couple of blocks for your hands. And bring your feet as wide apart as your mat. Feel that the outside edge of your heels are in line with the edges of the mat. The outside edge of the heel on the edge of the mat, have the feet directly in line with each other. Activate the legs, tighten the kneecaps, turn the fronts of the thighs inwards, bring the hands into your hips, reach the thumbs towards each other as much as you can, and then wing the elbows back. Lift the heart area upwards, and then hinge at the hips. Keep the head lifted. Keep the head lifted. And then reach down. Be on your fingertips. Listen to the breath. Activate your legs, tighten the kneecaps, press the fronts of the knees through to the backs of the knees. Press the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs, lift the fronts of the thighs up to the top of the leg. Turn the fronts of the legs inwards, the fronts of the thighs. Turn from the little toe side to the big toe side. So then you can broaden the backs of the thighs from the inside out. And then you can pick up the seat bones with greater consciousness and freedom. Extend the chest away from the legs. If you can go down lower, then do. If you can reach the floor, then do, but not at the expense of losing extension. Just working with your own back, staying higher if you've got discomfort in the back. Just keep activating the legs evenly. Yoga is a constant observation. Observation and action. It's a sequence of observation and action. Observation and action. Observation and action. And through that sequence we develop sensitivity and consciousness and concentration. Release your hands to the hips, bend your knees on the way up if you need to, and then come up into Tadasana. Just listen to the breath. Listen to the in-breath and the out-breath, elevating the heart area upwards. Broaden the collarbone by rotating the palms out to the sides of the room. Thumbs stretching to the back of the room, little fingers to the front. Continuing to breathe evenly. In through the nose and out through the nose. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards. Keep the kneecaps tightened. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards and tuck the tailbone in. Draw the belly button towards the spine. All the time bringing your weight into your heels. Stretch your arms out in front. Turn the palms all the way out. And then reach behind you. Bring the tips of the fingers together. And then walk the hands up your back as much as you can. Try and get your fingertips towards your neck as much as you can. And then they'll be like this. So the next stage is to lengthen consciously from the shoulders into the elbows. And then squeeze the elbows in towards the heels of the hand. Wing your elbows back. Squeeze the elbows in towards the heels of the hands so that the palms become connected. Namaskarasana. So this often makes you do this a little bit. So then go back to your Tadasana. Activate the legs, turn the fronts of the thighs inwards, tighten the kneecaps, tuck the tailbone in, draw the belly button to the spine, draw the lower ribs to the spine. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Just feeling the broadness of the chest. And then gently release your hands and then spread the fingers as you release. Turn the palms again all the way out. So they rotate, the arms rotate in the upper arm. Come back to your Tadasana, turning the fronts of the legs inwards, tightening the kneecaps, tucking the tailbone in, drawing the belly button to the spine, drawing the lower ribs to the spine, lifting the heart area up to the ceiling, drawing the shoulders away from your ear, lengthening up into the neck, into the head. And then release. Just let the arms relax for a moment. Get a belt where you can reach it. We're not going to use it quite yet, but we're going to just have it nearby where you can reach it in a moment. We can do namaskarasana again. The second time always feels better than the first. So stretch your arms forwards. Try not to poke forwards with the chest as you stretch your arms forwards. Try and maintain your Tadasana as you stretch your arms forward. So bring them back down, come back into Tadasana. Turn the fronts of the legs inwards, tighten the kneecaps, tuck the tailbone in, draw the belly button to the spine, draw the lower ribs towards the spine, lift the heart area. And then try not to disturb that as you reach the arms forwards. Turn the palms, rotating the upper arms in the sockets, which does kind of make you drop your chest. So allow yourself, bring the tips of the fingers together, walk the hands up as close to the neck as you can. Maybe this time you can get a little bit further. Lift up into the chest. Lengthen from the shoulders into the elbows. Lengthen the elbows towards the back of the room. And then squeeze the elbows in towards the heels of the hands. Squeeze the elbows together. And then go back to your Tadasana, just correcting it if you've lost the shape. Drawing the lower ribs towards the spine. Lifting the heart area. Lift your toes, it sharpens the action of your legs. Keep your weight in your heels. Breathe from the bottom of the lungs to the top. And then gently release. Stretch into your fingertips. Bring your arms out nice and wide, in towards the chest, and then step or jump the feet apart. Turn your left toes in, your right leg and foot all the way out. Face the front and rotate the legs, but rotate them in the opposite direction, especially this front leg. And then reach over, keeping this side of the torso long as you go down. Try not to shrink. Keep that armpit stretching away from the thigh. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. So ideally, I've run out of ceiling height in here, but ideally the top arm is directly over the bottom arm, directly in line with the shoulders. Turn the legs from the big toe side to the little toe side, right up into the hip socket. Come back to the centre, swap the feet around, turn the right toes in, left leg and foot all the way out. And then reach over. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Rotating the legs, rotating the abdomen and the chest up to the ceiling. And then come back to the centre, bring the feet parallel. And then step or jump your feet back together. Just get your belt and take it out of the loop if it's in a loop. And then just put the belt over your right shoulder. Gomukhsasana, so it's just, if you can't get hold, lift up into the chest, come back into tadasana. Stretch your left arm forward, spreading the fingers, spreading the palms. Don't forget the right hand. Turn the palm all the way out, but it's not just turning the wrist, it's rotating the arm in the upper arm in the socket, and then reach around. As you reach around, you might drop your chest a little bit, but we can correct that in a moment. But keep rotating that top arm, the top arm in the socket, and then assist that arm up the back with the other hand. So try and get the hands towards the neck, and then reach up with the right arm. Lengthen, bend the elbow, keep lengthening up into that elbow, and then see, can you take hold? So if you can't take hold, then just get hold of the belt. So can you get the hands to connect behind the back? And then once you've got that connection, whether it's the belt or the hands, then go back to the feet. Bring your weight into your heels by hitting the shins back. Turn the shins inwards, turn the inner knees towards the back of the room, turn the fronts of the legs inwards. Tighten the kneecaps, tug the tailbone in, draw the abdomen to the spine, draw the lower ribs to the spine, lift the heart area, and have a tug of war between the two hands. Pull the bottom elbow to the floor, the top elbow to the ceiling. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Fill in the lungs from the bottom to the top, emptying them from the top to the bottom. Try not to poke your head forwards. As you've been there for a little while, try and creep the hands ever closer together. Some people can get hold of the opposite wrist. And then reach that top arm up. And drop the chest a little, release the arm behind you. It will feel like it's stuck a little, but don't worry, it's not. And then again, turn the palms all the way out, come back into your tadasana. Breathing evenly into both lungs, evenly out of both lungs. Okay, just swap the belt over to the other side. So even if you didn't need it on that first side, the shoulders are often different. So sometimes you'll need it on one side and not the other. Lift up into the chest, elevate the heart area, and then stretch your right arm forwards. Turn the palm all the way out again, rotating the upper arm in the socket. Keep rotating that upper arm in the socket as you reach behind you, and then again assist that arm up your back. Reach up with the left arm. Just reach out of the previous pose. It feels good, doesn't it? Bend your elbow, keep the elbow high, and then see if you can take hold. So on this side, I usually can't take hold straight away, so I go to the belt, but then after a moment or two, you usually get hold. It's good to start with the belt, just to create that opening of the chest. Remember to go back to your tadasana. Breathe evenly in and out through the nose if you can. If you've been there for a little while, just keep creeping the hands ever closer together. So I've got my hands together now, but it's not as close together as the other on the other side, but it's okay. It's just an observation that we bring to our practice. So when we do observe, we observe without judgment, without scolding ourselves. Okay, release the top arm, release the bottom arm, and again turn the palms all the way out. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Okay, and then release. Just release the belt from your arms. And then come down onto your knees. Have your hands shoulder width apart. Really spread the fingers. Step back, have your feet hip width apart. And then come up and back up into dog down. Just observe how your dog down feels in comparison with the first. Lift the seat bones as high to the ceiling as you possibly can. And then while we normally resist bringing the heels down, I want you to really lift the seat bones and use those as the gauge as to when you're dropping your legs. So keep lifting the seat bones, but then draw your heels away from the toes, lengthen the underside of the foot, lengthen the shins, the fronts of the shins into the front, backs of the shins, and then just gently bring the heels closer to the floor. But as soon as you feel that you're dropping the seat bones, then you've gone far enough. Stretching the heels away from the toes so that the thighs, so that the shins stay activated, keeping the kneecaps tightened. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. As soon as you see creases at the fronts of the ankles, then you're dropping your legs. So work to lift those creases away. And then come down onto your knees. Sit back on your heels. Just breathing even, deep inhalations and exhalations, lifting the chest. And observe the energy that you've released through your practice. And then come forward into Adho Mukha Virasana.
Feeling the stretch of the lower back, drawing the tailbone down towards the heels. Okay, bring your hands underneath your shoulders and then push yourself up into a seated position, sitting back on your heels, just observing your energy. Okay, coming back, sit on a folded blanket. Just sit on a folded blanket, have the belt where you can reach it, and then just stretch your legs away. So have just the seat bones on the folded blanket, don't trap the backs of your legs. Have the belt where you can reach it, turn the fronts of your thighs really consciously inwards. Try and lengthen the backs of the calves into the heels. Have the big toes touching, but because you're turning your thighs inwards, perhaps your heels will come apart, but big toes touching. Throw the belt around your feet. Hold onto the belt. So when you hold the belt, just hold it lightly. It's not a grip like this. It's just a light hold between the index finger and the thumb. And then push the feet really consciously into the belt. Tighten the kneecaps, press the fronts of the knees through to the backs of the knees. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards. Hold onto the belt and roll onto the front edge of the seat bones. Lift from the abdomen to the diaphragm to the collarbone, keeping the shoulders down away from your ears. Lengthen from the hip and into the heels. Try and pull the toes towards the kneecaps. The more you bring them towards the kneecaps, the more you stretch out in the calves and the Achilles. Lift up into the chest. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. If you've got a bad back and coming forward aggravates it, then just stay at this stage. Otherwise, you can stretch forwards a little, but never bring the head down. Always lift the heart area away from the floor, keeping the head lifted. If you can reach forwards, then do push in the feet, push in the legs, keeping the legs activated. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, keeping the fronts of the thighs hitting through to the backs of the thighs, keeping the kneecaps tight and lifting up into the chest. So just a little bit at a time, just being mindful of your back, keeping the heart area lifted and the head dropped. It's when you try and come down with the head like this that you are more likely to hurt your back, because you're going to strain your shoulders and it makes the back round. We're trying to keep the back straight as we come forwards. Keep pushing into the heels, keep pulling the toes towards the kneecaps. Breathing in through the nose, keeping the elbows wide. Okay, and then gently come back to the center. Bring the feet into the body for Supta Baddha Konasana. For not Supta Baddha Konasana, just for Baddha Konasana. Hold on to the big toes. So we're sitting on the left still, trying to roll onto the front edge of the seat bones. Lift up into the heart area. Holding onto the big toes like you're doing Padangusthasana. Lift up into the chest. Elevating the heart area up to the ceiling. Keeping the collarbone broad. Sometimes it's good to slide a belt underneath the outside edge of the feet. Give yourself just a little bit more space. And then you can really open the chest. Sometimes I find that kind of closes the chest a little. So you can broaden the chest. Roll onto the front edge of the seat bones, lift up into the heart area. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, lengthening from the inner groins into the inner knees, into the outer knees, into the outer hips and outer ankles. And then just bring the legs into swastikasana, just staying on the lift. Hold onto your knees. Elevate the heart area upwards, drawing your shoulders down. Take a deep inhalation and then turn to the right side. Again, drawing your abdomen across. Digging the back hand into the floor so that you can maintain the position on the seat bones, on the front edge of the seat bones. Draw the abdomen across and the ribs and the shoulders. And then come back to the center. Hold onto your knees, lift up into your chest. Drawing your shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep inhalation. And then turn to the right side, the left side. Drawing your abdomen across, ribs across. And then very gently come back to the center. And then come down onto your back. Keep the folded blanket, but have that just for your head. So come down onto your back and just rest in your head. Actually, no, don't have the blanket under your head. Just have your head on the floor directly. Just have the knees together and the feet apart for a moment. Resting your back into the floor. We're going to go up into setubandha in a moment. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Get yourself a block and then pull your feet as close to the seat bones as you can. Lift the seat bones, the tailbone up to the ceiling. Gather your shoulder blades together so you can right up onto the tops of the shoulders, and then place the brick into the sacrum tailbone region, so right at the bottom of the spine. Take hold of the edges of the mat, just making sure you're in the middle of the mat. Turn the crease of the elbows to face outwards, and then just stay with bent knees, or if you feel that your back will cope, then you can stretch out. Not really the back will cope, but your back is okay with stretching out. Do one leg at a time. If that feels okay in your back, then stretch both legs away. Tadasana your legs. Keep the heels in contact with the mat. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Turn the fronts of the legs inwards like you were doing in Tadasana. So rather than letting the legs roll out, keep the toes pointing directly to the ceiling. Bend your knees. Just rest with the block in the back. Just have your feet on the floor. And then lift the tailbone off the blocks. Even if you have to come up onto your tiptoes to lift yourself up. Move the block out of the way. Adjust your shoulders. And then guide yourself back down onto the floor. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just ironing out any discomfort in your back. Get hold of the outside edge of your feet and lengthen the tailbone down to the floor as you just soften out the back. And then release your legs, roll onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then stretch the top leg out, come back up into a seated position. And then get that blanket for your head. Cover yourself, put some socks on if you think you might be cold, or you can have a blanket around your feet. And then just make sure you're in a really good straight line, doing Tadasana down the centre of the mat, and let the feet fall apart. The arms out to the sides of the body a little so that there's space in the armpits to expand into the breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Allow the body to become heavy. And observe the energy that radiates from the bones and into the muscles. Observe the energy that radiates from the bones into the muscles and into the organs. radiating from the bones into the muscles, into the organs, into the flesh and the skin. Using your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness down into the toes, into the fingertips, and up into the top of the head. Basking in that feeling of energetic lightness. When you're ready to disturb yourself, just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and then bend your knees. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. And then roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Just a final cross legs with your hands in the masti. Just a final spinal lift. Drawing your breath in through your nose down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you've released through your practice this morning, that good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the extensions and the forward bends and the twists and the inversions bring to the body and to the mind. And with an exhalation, draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you've created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then very gently release the backs of your hands down toward your knees. Bring the tip of the index finger together with the tip of the thumb, palms facing upwards. A gesture of wisdom, of physical intelligence and peacefulness that we can carry into our day as an intention. And then raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. Thank you. So hopefully you feel like you've given yourself a really good old stretch and you've got lots of good positive energy to put into the rest of your day. So thank you very much for joining me.